Hello there. Oh, happy Tuesday. And welcome to Lolly and Sands Facebook Live. Man, you know you're tongue-tied when you start off that way. Oh, wow. It is what it is, right? I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. For those in Canada, we celebrated, had a long weekend, and I'm very thankful that friends of mine invited my family over for dinner. So that was lovely. So a shout out to Kathy and her husband for hosting, and oh, and of course for helping Aaron, still with the broken leg, to get down your stairs. That was awesome, because otherwise we weren't really sure how that was going to work. Hey, I just noticed I don't have one of my lights on. There we go. Let's be blinded by the light. First things first, let's get to the draw. Okay, so to get into my draw, which I do weekly on Tuesdays, I do videos Tuesdays and Friday in a week, and if you share by the Monday at, say, midnight, you will get into my draw if you share my video, place an order, and comments are always nice when you comment. Now, when I say comments, I mean definitely comment here and let me know what you think of the video. Give me a thumbs up and such. When you comment as you're sharing, then your friends see that and you get 2 entries. So I'm doing the draw from the videos from last week. Did I say this? My name's Sandy for anyone that's new here. Here's the name. Okay, our winner is, Annie Pierre Leblanc. I am so not French, so I may have not pronounced everything correctly. But Annie, you, signed up for Paper Pumpkin, which is on sale right now for $7. So it went from the 8th, which was yesterday, to the 10th. And so Annie got her name into the draw. Now, I will put the link to sign up for Paper Pumpkin in this post once the video is done and once it's loaded up onto my phone and blah blah blah. Sometimes we have issues with that. But anyway, yeah, Paper Pumpkin at $7 until tomorrow, while supplies last. So once the supplies of these have ended, then are out, then you're done. There's no more, and the $7 is gone. So get in on that. Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning, Darlene. I see you there. Okay, so this week I have 2 products of the week. I don't normally do that, but I can combine the 2. Now, today I'm going to focus on the shimmer paints. You may have missed the shimmer paints, by the way, because they're down here in the catalog. This is the holiday catalog. So on page 38, there's Bright Copper, Champagne Mist, Frost White, and Vegas Gold. And I don't think I have the Bright Copper, but I do have the Vegas Gold, and you can see that is like really, really awesomely bright. I don't even know if that's a word, but I make them up. This should be the Champagne. Yep. It's got this little, if you can hear that, it has this little ball in here, and that mixes up the paint, which is cool. Now the one we're going to use today is the Frost White. Now I've had this for so long. When Stampin' Up! Has had this product before, and this is from the previous time, and I still have lots. So I'll show you how to not use too much, not to waste, because we're not wasteful, right? Oh, and I will show you the card that we're making, because let's start off that way. Okay. So this is the card. I'm going to tip it a little bit so you can see the shimmer on it. Like the whole thing is covered in shimmer. And I used reinkers for this, so I'll show you how that's done. But at first I didn't like this. You know, I like this, and I couldn't think of a base to use. And it may not look impressive under these bright lights, but it really goes. I put some Wood Textures DSP here, and which one did I use? Oh yeah, Petal Pink. Petal Pink is the base. So here's a where you can see more of it, and I'll turn that again. And well, I'll show you where I got this sentiment from. It's funny, I have never used it. Well, never until I prepared this card. But I really like it. Your thoughtfulness brightened my day. Alrighty. I wanted to show you the other, what we're using, other items. So it's these trees from the Winter Woods set. And also again on the in the holiday catalog. How about we get started? So a couple things we want to do is, one, protect our work surface. So I have this, and this is where I'm going to be mixing the paint. This is parchment paper, so, and I just cut a little piece so I could use that rather than the whole big chunk that would come in. This is glossy paper, glossy white paper, which is in the annual catalog. And I'm going to be using re-inkers. So this one is Calypso Coral. And you wouldn't really guess that that's Calypso Coral. Something tells me I added in something to that. I will find that. Calypso Coral, Lemon Lime Twist, and Crushed Curry. So, from our embossing paste, I got these. I also ordered the palette knives, and that's how I get this out. Yesterday, before I figured this out, when I did it, and a whole bunch came out, and I didn't want to do that. But what I did do is I separated it with the palette knife. Went, okay, that's for that one, that's for that one. So I still had 3 little blobs. Oh yes, you definitely want to use your shimmer paints. On Friday, I'm going to show you shimmer paints with brush-up. So I did say there were 2 products this week. I've already given that a good enough shake. So went in with the palette knife and just I'm going to make 3 little, you can't really call them piles because, you know, they're, it's liquid, but just 3 little bits. Because this card surprisingly doesn't really use that much. This is what I like about the palette knife. You're not wasting, you just put it back in. We're all about saving, aren't we? Well, I am anyway. Alrighty. And then the re-inkers. So first, that's really funny because I don't see a lot of that color in there. I'm going to use just 1 drop. If I need to change it, I can. Now it's hard to tell once they're out, so I'm putting the jar, or the bottle rather, right beside, so I know which is which. Once they're mixed, I'll know, but right now, they're just going to look like blobs. Blobs. Wow, there we go. Big blobs. So we might be very colorful today. Okay, bringing back this and mixing. Now, I do have a cloth right here, so let's take off what I don't want. Or I don't want to mix them. If I'm going to mix the colors, I'll mix them, but not quite yet, you know? Not quite yet. Okay, and then, now I got this idea from my upline. She did a video. So this is just regular cling wrap. Use whatever brand you want. And you just gush it up. Now with this card, and I'll bring it back in, I started with the green at the bottom. So I am going to work my way from bottom to top. So, now, yeah, that's in the frame. I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I put it into the main bit of, darn it, colors, Lemon Lime Twist, and the shimmer paint. And I like to work sideways, so. Now the thing is, you can always add more. So I may go light for a first layer, and then add more. So what I did is I just kept turning the cling wrap. I don't want a big blob. I want it to be smushed. So I can already see how this is different. So I know what I did. I know what I did. It's funny the tools you find, like household tools, like would have thought of parchment paper for making a card and cling wrap. I do want to kind of mix these two colors a little bit so it doesn't look like a straight line. So I will make that prettier. I will, I promise. I promise. Alrighty. I'm probably going to get some on my fingers, and that's okay. Now it's hard to believe this is Calypso Coral, but let's check out the sky. This was kind of fun experimenting. I did a bunch yesterday with a variety of colors. Now this time I'm not moving it because I'm intentionally mixing some of the Calypso Coral in with this. So let's get a better look at it this direction. My intention is to cover up the entire piece of glossy paper. Okay, go back in and get some more of the Calypso Coral. I was kind of like, and I did this yesterday. I put some on and I was like, oh wow, that's that ever light. That's not really what I'm looking for. So just keep going a little bit darker. And if you don't find this is dark enough, you can always go to your reinkers. And let's see if I can find, oh, that might be, okay, this is Poppy Parade. I didn't use this one yesterday. I think I put some real red in. But what the heck? Red's red. In this case. It's going to be anyway. Okay. So I do want to get that into the shimmer paint. It's kind of funny that I did some other projects using shimmer paint and I used a dauber. And then the next day I went, oh, okay, shimmer paint, whatever. So then I put it into like, I was using a gray, and it made my paper shimmery, which I wasn't expecting because, you know, I wasn't really thinking of what I had mixed, but it was really cool. I'm kind of liking that. But I am going to go back into the bottom of the card and put some more. I may have to go back in and add a little more green, but maybe not. Every time you do this, it's going to turn out somewhat different, and I like that. I am a fan of making multiples. Don't get me wrong. Like with my Stamparatus, love it. But if you want to do something artsy, for example, where you are doing a one-of-a-kind card, then techniques like this are perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Just turning it one more time. Really loving the red color this morning. All right, so we're going to give that a couple minutes to dry. This can't use again. Fingers are a little bit gunked up, but not bad. Not bad. If you want to, you can wear gloves. And one thing you might want to have handy are baby wipes. You know, I use the unscented because I am sensitive to smells, but you can get some of what you have off your fingers so you can carry on. And the reason why I say that is because my card I showed you, the reason it has the little black faceted dots is because, well, I got ink from my fingers onto the card. It happens. It happens. All right, so let's give that a few minutes of dry time. Get rid of that. Put that off to the side. And do some gluing. So again, making sure that's good. Yep, it is. Okay, so again, the base of the card is your petal pink. I don't think I have that flat enough for my liking. Much better. That's the bone folder, in case you weren't sure. Now this piece, again, this is the Wood Textures DSP. I simply cut a piece, and I always put my measurements in after the fact. It's 2 inches by the width of the card. I will tell you. The card itself is 8.5 by 5.5. And then the scored at 4.25. Now I want the lighter side. And this is kind of one of those funny accidents. I did not mean to use this. I was going to use something much lighter, but I'm really happy that that I stuck with that color. So that is the light side. Nope, that's the dark side. So go to the dark side, put your glue on. This is a new glue, so it's really mushing out quickly. And because I have my computer beside me and the fan vents on this one side, the it's kind of runny. So you can always heat up your glue. So when I'm putting something that's side to side, I'll just show you. I always use the desk there as my guide, so I know it's right at the bottom. There you go, easy peasy. Oh, okay. What did I do with it? I was going to find that sentiment. Here it is. Okay, now, assuming I can stamp this straight. Yesterday I didn't, thus the layer. I will always admit to you when I've made oopsies, because I'm just showing you, like, this is for real. This is, you know, mistakes and all. It's the way I am. Oh, we would have 2 Stamparatus going then, which would be good. Oh, I do have ink on the table. Let me, I did that myself. So let's see if I can get this straight. I'm just going to move it ever so slightly, just so I can see, and make sure that's not ink up there. Nope. Alrighty. Please be straight. Okay, that's crooked too. Dang. Dang. But you know what? In the interest of keeping this on time, I will end up doing what I did with yesterday's. You can see I had this little piece here, stamped it, and then set it on top. You see the difference? That's not even the same. I thought that was from the same piece, but I don't think it is. So we're going to end up with something different again. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, there's the ink. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Because I will get that on my card, and then I won't be very happy. You know, when I was I think I've told this story before. You know, when you're a little kid and your parents say, "So what do you want to be when you grow up?" And my answer to my parents was, I wanted to be a clown. And now I think they're creepy as all get out, but you know. Okay, so for this I'm using Stays On, which means you don't use, when you use Stays On, do not clean your stamp with the chamois. Okay, you're going to just use a regular cleaner. I also have the Stampin' Scrub, but I can't use the cleaner because of the smell. So I just use water with it. Water. Okay, that should be good and inked up. This is what I was thinking would be good for the Stamparatus as well. If these were completely dry, then you just bring the stamp in, and if you didn't get it, you know, completely on, and I did that with one of my little samples, kind of wrecked it, you could just try again. So let's get that lined up as it's going to be, like there. And we'll just hold it down a little bit longer. Push, push, push. And again, if this was the Stamparatus, open it up or take a look at it. Not good. Ink it up, put it back down again. So let's see what we have. Pretty good. Didn't quite get the top as much as I would like. Oh, I would love to just have the Stamparatus going right now and do that again, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. This was still a little bit wet, so I kind of rushed that a bit. My bad. I might be able to play with that later. You know, if I wasn't doing this on camera, I would actually, well, watch, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I would actually stamp it again. Here, dry, hurry up and dry. Now, it might muck it up, but so be it. I don't have a, You know how I always have one waiting in the wings? I don't have a second one waiting in the wings, but let's find out. Now, this might be out of frame a bit because I'm going to put it like right over. Well, you get the idea. Now there's extra trees. This one will not be photographed, just so you know. We have extra trees. Yeah, definitely want to have that waiting or drying more. But we're going to proceed. Glossy paper. I'm pretty sure it sticks just as well as everything else, but I think I tend to go a little bit heavier with the glue with glossy paper. Oh, and I can see my have to replace the blade on my cutter. I see some fuzzies. That's what happens when it's starting to get dull. It'll make fuzzies. All right, so not to do that on my table. Yeah, I could feel that was wet. Yep. Okay, so it's not perfect. So be it. All right, but again, I will proceed. Because there are ways of hiding things. You know that, right? I wonder. For this card here, I used the linen thread. Just wondering if I use something thicker, if I might be able to kind of cover up some of my ickiness. If I could, I was looking for, I might not have any. We have the thicker, what's it called? It's like a, darn, it's in the annual catalog. Hang on, now it's bugging me. You know when you can't think of something, you have to, like I have to know right away. Yeah, right here, burlap ribbon. That would be perfect. But I don't think I have any left. So, we'll go with this. Now, I'm going to need my glue dots. Not the usual way of doing it, but it's my way today. Okay, so the glue dots are not quite in place. The glue dots are here to hold the trim. And I'm going to put extra. Going to. I always tell my kid, don't say gonna. Gonna. That sounds so much like me. Is that a word? Yes, and I spell it for them. G-U-N-N-A. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Oh, poop. Okay, did you see what I just did? I put them at the wrong part. So, yes, I'm taking them off and putting them back on. Oh, yeah. It can be done. Sometimes. I'm looking forward to your party, Darlene, by the way. That will be fun. Yeah, I may have to use some fresh ones. Kind of munched them a bit. They have to stick, you know. Okay, make that go away. Okay. Ta-da! Whoop! Ta-da! Stop sticking to my fingernails. Alrighty. Look, this time I have the right side. The other thing that stampers do when they're hiding things is, let's say I hadn't stamped that you might put your sentiment right there, right on the part that you're not exactly thrilled with. So going back in and stamping a second time is really not optimal. We're funny people. Well, okay, I do want it. See if I can get it wonky. So I don't want it to be straight across, which means I just let you move my glue dot just a little bit. You will stick. It will stick. There, covers up some of it. I don't want to do much more than that because this is thicker than the linen thread. I don't want it to be like overwhelming. I'm wondering, I can probably still do a bow though. A bow though? Yeah. Alrighty, so dimensionals. I was so happy that I finished off like 2 sheets yesterday instead of having like 10 of them started. Like, oops. See if I can fit one in there. Again, when I do these, I don't want them to be seen on the outside of the card. So, yeah, that covers up. Not bad. The bow that I'm going to make will as well. Oh, and I should mention, if you happen to be watching this from YouTube, you share the video from YouTube, you also would get a ballot in the draw. There we go. Now, I haven't pressed down yet. I want to see if that's where I like it. Yeah, I do. All right, now to make a bow. And I'm the bunny ear kind of bow maker. So, bunny ears, one over the other, go through the loop, and pull. And then you fix it, because right now it looks pretty ugly. They never look pretty until you've finished. Well, not never. Maybe you're an expert bow maker, but that's my method. And then I just pull these until on the ends until I'm happy. I'm always happy. All right, and then scissors. I believe this was also in the this is also in the holiday catalog, and I'm so bad with names. I have to find the English one. Braided linen trim, and I like it because it's thicker, but rather than being rounded, it's flat, and I like that. See, like I said, there's always ways to cover up oopsies. Always. There's always a way. Other than redoing it, there's always a way. And I don't completely dislike the fact that there's 2 trunks. Not every tree has 2 trunks. These are special trees, that's why. All right, now I would like these to be the same length, though. I like wonky, but I like my bows to have the same end. I'd like you to be able to see the bow separate from that. All right, we still have the inside of the card. Let's not forget that. So I don't really have anything planned for it, but we'll come up with something. I am going to stick with, now this time I'm not using Stays On. I'm using Memento. And I thought we'll kind of stay in the tree side of things. Now, what did I do with it? Oh, here. I need to bring back my rather gunked up piece of paper. And let me think. Oh, I know. Actually, we'll use crumb cake. And given what this says on the card, your thoughtfulness brightened my day, I think I would like to go with, thank you. And there's a thank you right in the set where I got the outside sentiment. I forgot to tell you that, didn't I? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Daisy Delight. I don't know if we still have the coordinating punch. Isn't that terrible? I think we do. It kind of makes sense, but not sure. But yeah, I've not used this before, so that's what that's what I put on the front. And the thank you I've definitely used. I do lots of thank you cards. So, but before we stamp that, and I need a block. Not that block. It's a little bit long, but it will do. I have the stamp I'm going to use has got it, sorry, it's using the block I wanted. Okay. Just wanted to see what I was looking at here. So I do want to stamp it. We're stamping off. Remember how that's done? Okay, so you stamp into, this is crumb cake. So stamp in there, stamp off. That's called 2nd generation. That's called 3rd generation. I don't think I can get a 4th out of it. Barely. I like the 3rd for what I'm doing. So 1, 2, and then kind of random, not really, putting a ton of thought into where it's going. There. So I did use the 4th generation, didn't I? I want you to have room to be able to write something in the card, right? Because you're saying thank you. And you're like, thank you for what? So you can tell them what. All right, so inked up. And the only reason I did it that direction, by the way, with the stamp up and the block down, is because I figured if I went like this, I might rock, and I don't want to get ink around here. Now, this is a harder stamp pad than the Stampin' Up stamp pads, but just to be sure. Alrighty, so I like to not have stuff underneath necessarily. This should work. I'm so certain of myself, aren't I? Yes, so certain. So right about there. And hold it down. Beautiful. Phew! I'm just kidding. Okay, and then we'll put that inside the card. And the same thing, just go with, oh, not that one. You know there's a second one. Oh, that's brand new. I haven't even opened it. Well, let's open it. Wait a minute. This is going to work. It's just, I forgot to put the lid on maybe? No, I think I did. Oh my goodness. I think we do that in the, I think we might have done that in did we do that in the bingo? Okay, I think we may have. It's just, you know what? It's just, rather than just having plain Jane, you know? Just a little something something. And you know what? I am glad that I used like the 3rd and 4th generation, because otherwise they would overlap too much. All right, let's just wiggle that into where I want it to be. Okay, there. Now I didn't make any major oops other than the sentiment's a little crooked again, but you can clearly see by bringing in the other card that I definitely played with the colors. I think I had a bit of Old Olive or something in that, because that's clearly much darker, but I do like how vibrant this is, and I do like how soft this is. So, meh, you know, whichever. If you did want to add something to it, I had something off to the side here, and now these guys really went better with that one, so that's probably what I should have put on there. These, I'm not really liking that green, and the rest are, yeah, I don't know where. What else do we have? I don't know that I want to put the black. Oh, actually, because I didn't get my fingerprints up here, I might be able to play with that. So anyway, so here's the, I always take the lid off wrong, so I'm taking the whole thing off. There's the pick your tool. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, I like the little ones. Where can we go? Just kind of moving your eye around, you know, with the, oh, do you? Thank you. It's funny, and that's what I mean, like they are not going to look the same. I did have, oh, what other colors did I have out yesterday? Maybe not Blackberry Bliss, but something definitely. It's funny that it looks different, but I don't know. Trying to think. Our triangles are always wonky, so it's a matter of where do I want to put that. Okay, let's just go with that. It's kind of like I don't want to overthink it, you know? Maybe down here, not up there. So I'm going to actually just see what it looks like here. I don't dislike that, so it can stay right there. And it is a wonky triangle, as you see, so it's not got even. Huh, that is not a triangle. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, are we talking about, oh, do I have them handy? Nope, I've got my pearls. I've got my pearls. Not the way it sounds. Oh yeah, these guys. You're talking about these guys? That might look good on there too. Especially with the Wood Textures DSP. Now, I always put the lid on, or you know later on I'm not going to be able to find the lid. So, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh, you can play with all the shimmers, like everything. I'm pretty sure I had, oh well, I was covered yesterday. So I was having fun playing. So on Friday, when I do the other video, that will have the brusho with it. That should be fun. I haven't actually planned that card yet. I have some ideas, but I haven't planned it yet. But I rather like those. Alrighty, so I just want to bring this in because I always say, you know, lollyandsan.blogspot.com, and I say it really fast and nobody can hear me. So anyway, that's my blog. If you want to check out other cards I've done, other videos are on there too on my blog. And this is the host code if you happen to place an order. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Share, share, share. And I will see you again on Friday. Bye-bye.